What's up, everybody? Another episode of Verbal Garbage coming at you hot and live. Got the Hurricane edition. Sorry about the little white phone over. Yeah, we got Hurricane Ian. Making his presence known, circling us, getting ready to hit. So little. Normally do my episodes on Monday. I had to do a quick little Sunday one to. You never know what's gonna happen. And just made me think of this will be a. I mean, I was involved in Hurricane Sandy and then Hurricane Irma. Hurricane Sandy, in New Jersey, it affected the beach way more than the old suburbs. But I'm just not much of the survival type. And as I've gotten older, I would like to think my survival skills have increased, but we're still not where we want to be. Talked many times about getting into hunting. I think that will help me getting a little more in touch with the manly hunting and survival primal instinct side. But for now, we're doing what we can. The big fear during the hurricanes obviously is property damage and severe ones. You could lose loved ones and all that kind of horrible stuff. But the ones I've been encountering, mainly losing power and worrying about that. So we all know how I am with my little kibbles and treats and precious goods, especially from the Garden State. Recently, I had come upon a blessing and a curse. I talked about how my grandmother passed away, but my mom turned a bad situation into an opportunity for us to capture some goods and bring them back home. So we were able to get some more donuts, some bagels, the little things, the panzerotti. So I'm just the last couple days I've been going hog wild, just stuffing every little bit of kibble into my little fat mouth and trying to rationalize it by getting on the Peloton and riding that, and it's just pathetic. But when I was in New Jersey and that one hurricane hit and we lost power, I remember I just bought like a 12 pack of Snickers ice cream bars, and I was just freaking out. And like I was so stingy back in the day, still am, but not as bad. And oh God, the chair like that looks terrible. Anyway, like I was so stingy, and if I would buy things, I wouldn't want to share them. And I bought like a 12 pack of Snickers ice cream bars, and right away, like I just went into my car and turned my car on for the AC and just started eating. I ate like 3 or 4 of them and didn't want to share them with my brother or anything. I think I ended up giving him a few, but just pathetic. Most people are worrying about real life situations, and I'm worrying about saving. Like Snickers ice cream, you can get anywhere. At least now, when I'm prioritizing the Jersey treats, they're not accessible for me living in Florida, so it's a little bit easier to rationalize. But yesterday, successfully nice little golf session over the weekend with my boy John, and then my brother. First time he was able to hit the links, I found him a sweet little connect on Craigslist, a used left-handed golf club set. His irons are absolutely shining and pristine, while I got the dirty little, just piece of shit clubs for now. But we'll use them. We'll hone our game, and then we'll upgrade the clubs. But yeah, he's got the little Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus clubs, and had a great time. Went to a golf course called El Rio. It's literally like a mile away from my house. 5-minute bike ride, like a minute and a half car ride. Chip and drove some balls for about 30, 40 minutes. My back was feeling pretty good because still having some real bad mid back issues and lower back. When I'm sneezing, my mid back hurts, and bending over and stretching my lower back. So I'm on my way to an appointment this week. Get it hopefully some kinks worked out, and hopefully improve the movement and get back to the gym, jiu-jitsu, and get back to that. Get some more fun times going. So yeah, the hurricane's coming. Hopefully you guys will hear from me again. It won't be the last time I record. But in case it is, I'll schedule. I got one more episode or 2 more on deck. I'll schedule them in advance for the next couple of Fridays. So just in case old Freddie can't get some solo episodes going, we'll drop some guest ones and sprinkle them throughout. Some cool people coming on recently. A grief counselor. Serious conversation, just talking about how he got into it and kind of what it entails. And I linked up with a really cool dude who's just an explorer. He just drives around the country or countries and just in his little Prius and lives and takes photos and just documents his times. I thought he was really cool, so we had a great conversation. And I reached out to his boy who was in the Peace Corps because I thought that'd be cool to talk to someone like that, and he has yet to get back to me. So we'll see how that goes and develops. Um, yeah, we got the boat into the trailer yesterday. Got it, drove it over to the little docking area, back the truck up in it, get that all taken care of. So we're as prepped as we can be. I ordered my dad slash me. Like I'll obviously benefit from it, but he's still living here for this long. He's still never invested in one, so it's kind of like a birthday gift for him. I just bought him the super nice like 13,000 watt generator. It's like a hybrid, so it's propane and gas. Very unlikely it'll get here when we actually need it, but still for the next one we'll have it and we'll be ready to go. A little bit more equipped and ready to fight these tropical storms, right? Um, Obviously, I'm just dying to get to it. There were some fun little things I came across as far as news or stories or whatever over the week. I guess the first one, I don't want to do that one first because it's just too juicy and too good. But there was a little trend I saw about kids and people doing Nyquil chicken. Supposedly they're getting a nice little Nyquil marinade and a Nyquil based on the meat. Every couple minutes they're spraying it. Um, Another thing that started from TikTok, which just fucking can't stand it. If you have TikTok, it's a Chinese app, and the Chinese are there was all these little guidelines on there that they're allowed to listen and collect information on U.S. citizens. So user beware when using TikTok. But the trend is known as sleepy chicken. Um, Users are greeted with a message on TikTok. Some online challenges can be dangerous, disturbing, or even fabricated. Learn how to recognize harmful challenges so you can protect your health and well-being. Well, I mean, yeah, NyQuil is not like terrible for you. Obviously, people use it when they're sick to go to sleep, but what kind of specimen are we dealing with where they see NyQuil chicken and I mean, you can do so many good fucking things with chicken. Just to give you an idea, like people talk about comfort food and some of their staples. This meal I probably make literally once every 2 weeks. If anyone's got an Instapot, I'm gonna walk you through it real quick. Super, super easy. Get 2 to 4 chicken breasts. If you're like me, you get a little mallet, you fucking pound the shit out of them, tenderize them so they're nice and good. You don't have that chicken; it's hard to bite through. It's just a terrible feeling when you have that. Just know, like I talked about before, when you're eating something cooked by me, I'm getting all the little gristle, all the veins, all the little white veins and red. Like I get my little shears out and I'm fucking scissoring. I'm on the cutting board with my tongs, my scissors, and my knife. Every little nook and cranny of that chicken is degreased and cleaned to the core. I won't do a turkey. Like that's so disgusting. Like the rotisserie chickens, I always buy those. Like when I'm doing like a buffalo chicken in the smoker or something, buffalo chicken dip, I'll buy the little rotisserie chickens from Publix and then just shred them from there. I don't want to be doing all the gut and like that shit. Or like I talked about, lack of survival skills. That could be one. I'm a little scared to go in and gut that bird. But yeah, like this Instapot meal, pretty much the beautiful thing about them is you can do rice and veggies and meat all together in one. Just literally hit a button, walk away, and minimal work. So this one, you just get the chicken out. You start pounding that to bits, salt and pepper seasoning. I put a little bit of ranch seasoning on there, just like a Trader Joe's ranch seasoning blend. Then from there, you put on saute. You get it hot, some olive oil. Put the chicken on each side for let's say 3 to 5 minutes on each side, 2 to 4 maybe if you're a little bit impatient, if you will. Take it out, put it on a plate after each side. Throw some. I do a whole onion, so you put some onions in there. Cut them however you want. You can dice them. You can strip them like I do. Throw them in there for about 5 minutes. Let them get soft. Fucking turn it off. Throw the chicken right on top of the onions. Sprinkle the ranch seasoning powder, like the dry Hidden Valley ranch powder. Sprinkle that all over the chicken. pour some rice in, like 1 cup of rice, 1 cup of chicken broth. Make sure all the rice is submerged. Seal the lid. Hit manual. 8 minutes. Start. 10-minute natural release. Add in some cheddar cheese and some, like me, I do some almond milk. Stir it up, and I'm telling you that shit is so fire. And you can mix up like the spicy ranch seasoning, the buttermilk, the dill, the regular. So that's just one variation. These kids are relying on Nyquil chicken. Maybe they're sick and they have a good story, but Sleepy Chicken is taking off on TikTok, and I tried to do the share screen. I'm still gonna do it, but fuck it, I should be doing it for this one because there's no audio. But I noticed like when I'm sharing the Instagram videos, the audio is terrible on those. So I'm sorry. I'll try to figure out a way. But you can see the picture of that. Oh, like there's the Nyquil chicken. It looks just disgusting. The guy tweeted out, "If she makes you Nyquil chicken, do not let her go." Um, I'm just trying to see like. Uh, I just saw it and I was like, this is something to talk about. Just the trends that some of these dopes come up with nowadays. And, the generation growing up now, they're definitely going to be smart with all these resources at their fingertips. But, I mean, there's always dummies and generations doing stupid shit. But NyQuil chicken, guys, come on. Yeah, so the next one, we got to get to it. I'm sure you've all seen it. We got to I'll sing a song real quick, and you guys can guess who it is, and then I'll sing a story from there. Monsters under my. Now I literally forgot the song. Oh, when it gets cold outside and I got nobody to love. Wow, understand what I mean when I say, don't know when they gonna give up. Wow, wow, wow. I'm like a little girl cries in her face and a monster lives in a dream. Wow, wow. Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting hotter and hotter to breathe. So if you haven't guessed by now, that's a Maroon 5 song, sung by Adam Devine. Okay, guys, so if you haven't seen it, I'm looking right now. His name's not Adam Devine, Adam Levine. Whoops, Adam Devine's the guy in Workaholics. Sorry, I didn't mean to smear you there. Adam Levine, guys. So he has gone viral for, you know, being a piece of shit. He's married, his wife's pregnant, beautiful, beautiful model. Not good enough for him. Messaging all these little Instagram models and stuff on Instagram. And I mean, the memes have just been incredible. Like, there's one that's just like he sends like, "Holy fuck, holy fucking fuck, that body is absurd." And for those of you who don't follow basketball, like the Sixers have a player named James Harden, who's notoriously sometimes comes into season overweight and out of shape. And oh my god, there's just once that someone sent it to him, but yeah, I think 5 different chicks have come out now, um, accusing him for it, and just the memes and the messages himself. Like, I'm gonna try to get down and read it, but there's one where he says, "I may need to see the booty," and there's the Mandalorian meme here, where if you guys watch the Mandalorian, the guy said, "I would like to see the baby," and now it says, "I may need to see the booty." Where are these messages? Come on, man, you gotta be on here. Little little Pirates of the Caribbean meme. I swear. All right. Well, if it's not in that one, okay, we got it here. We'll go to the Board Panda one because these are worth a little screen share. Board Panda. People are cringing at Adam Levine's messages. Yeah, they're cringy, mainly for me. The fact that he's fucking married and has his wife pregnant with, I think, their second or third child. Just an absolute piece of shit. Um, Here we go. I'm now obsessed with you. Dude, aren't you like married? LOL. Yeah, but it's a bit complicated. Stuff gets hard and the vid thing didn't help. I might get away. Holy fuck. Holy fucking fuck. That body of yours is absurd. And then the girl said, next date, I'll be like, do you want to make out with the devil? Ha ha. How are you such an hourglass with the hourglass emoji? My God. Ah ha ha ha. Seriously, fuck. She sent him a picture that he liked, and then he said, "I may need to see the booty," and then she said, "No booty. Watching your ass jiggle on that table will permanently scar me, but otherwise, I'm amazing. I'd do anything for it. I'd buy it a steak dinner and whisper sweet nothings into it. I want to tattoo my ass now." So, I mean, obviously, he's a good looking dude. He's a rock star, if you want to call their music rock. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm not gonna lie. Like between this love and Harder to Breathe, Maroon Five's got a few little slapsticks. Um, I don't know. I just been seeing some of these memes everywhere, and I thought it was freaking hilarious and kind of worth getting into and covering a small little wee bit. The other thing I was informed about that I never heard of, but supposedly this is super old, is the Lexington cocaine bear. Um, let's read a little bit of this article. Shout out to Roadside America for the story. Should I give the when I find the author's name, I'll give him credit to whoever wrote this. But Cocaine Bear was briefly famous in 1985 when it was found dead after eating roughly $15 million worth of cocaine from a duffel bag dropped from a drug smuggler's airplane. The smuggler, known as Andrew Carter Thornton II, was the wealthy son of an elite Kentucky horse breeding family. According to a display at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation headquarters, now famous for exhibiting the monkey from Mars, Thornton fell to his death when he bailed out of the plane, hit his head on the tail of the aircraft, and didn't open his parachute until it was too late. Damn, what a way to go out. On top of that, he fucking fed a cocaine bear and probably fucking killed it. Thornton's body was found in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee. 9 coke stuffed duffel bags were eventually recovered along his plane's flight path. Cocaine Bear was found 3 months later in the woods just south of the Tennessee-Georgia state line, sprawled next to the ripped, open 10th bag. All of its coke, about 76 pounds, was gone. Whew, holy shit. Yeah, like, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm trying to skim through it to see if the bear, like, I mean, he said he was sprawled out, but does that cocaine bear's found with his, I mean, he had to have been dead. 76 pounds of coke. Its stomach was literally packed to the brim with cocaine. There isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive that. Cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hypothermia, renal failure, heart failure, stroke, you name it, the bear had it. So yeah, the bear died from horrible, horrible consequences. The bear looked good despite its catastrophic demise, so it was stuffed and put on display at a local recreation area without reference to its awkward past. How do you have a bear on display with that kind of story and not like make a whole plaque? You know, when you go to the zoo and you see plaques educating you about the animals, how do you not have one educating you about this? Now I see in the background he's got a little chain around him that says Cocaine Bear, but man, you got to memorialize that. Um, Bear's history was known to few, and it somehow found its way into the hands of Nashville pawnbroker. He sold the bear to country star Waylon Jennings, who gave it to a Las Vegas hustler who was familiar with Andrew Thornton. When both Jennings and the hustler died, the bear was bought by a Chinese herbalist in Reno. When the herbalist died, his widow kept it until she was tracked down by Griffin and Witt, which were the people who originally discovered the bear, I believe. So yeah, they got Griffin and Witt are the guys that own that recreation center, I guess. Um, yeah, so just I just found that kind of interesting, you know. Cocaine Bear, shout out to Spence, the guy who told me about it. Um, last little thing, I'm gonna make this a shorter episode just because I got some cooking to do. I got some fun shit ahead of me, so I gotta make it short. But some smoking, some cooking. First off, thank you to anyone who's been listening to the Verbal Garbage Football Show. Sharif and I are having a fantastic time with that. So much fun, and look forward to doing it every week. It's a shame we can't. Our schedules are so different, so we kind of have to settle on like a Friday or Saturday episode to kind of do a slight recap of the week before and then preview the week coming up. But ideally, we would be able to do it on Mondays, or it's just tough. We've talked about the idea of Sunday nights, so like maybe tonight, if the Sunday night football game gets out of hand or something, if it's boring, or maybe we can get something going there. Not sure, but Um, shit, that just kind of made me go on my little. Oh, the reality shows. Yeah, so I'm still looking forward to the support and people help me get on reality TV. The reality show, Soft Pitch, is gonna be I'm the Bachelor, and I have like now it's gonna be so hard because just like everyone else, I'm shallow. Personality is obviously important, but who doesn't want to look her as well? Um, so my idea I've been dabbling with was like fixing for it or something like that, where you have like these handy chicks that are like construction workers or painters or because I remember like when I moved down to Florida first, I was working in a Naples Sherwin-Williams store, and there was a girl that came in and she owned her own painting company and she had a couple of girls working beneath her, and this girl was an absolute fox. So I know they're out there. Now the question is, would they just leave their handy jobs and just leave it all behind to fucking try to win over some goofy little specky dork like me? I am funny, and I would be a good TV star. I am certain of it. I'm a little weird on camera, but just the ideas are out there dabbling. Like you've never seen a show where a guy who sells tools, who doesn't know how to use tools, isn't very handy, would be taking on suitors who are handy. I'm trying to think of other like professions that are like not common to females, but a male dominated field that females are in. That I don't know. It's funny that I brought up last week. There was a transgender person working in one of the garages at Toyota, and luckily, like all the time, every time I walk past them, let's see, get good. I always just call them by their name, and it's Karen, which I shouldn't have said, but also I don't really understand because with the stigma with that name, I can't imagine the conversion happened a long time ago, right? And if it was pretty recent, that name's got quite a stigma to it now, unfortunately. And really, it's a shame because one of the best people I ever known, I grew up with, a mother of two of my friends. Her name was Karen, and just an absolute gem of a human. And just for people like that, when they introduce themselves and they tell people their name and they're like, oh, like that's just such a shitty thing. So let's all work together, maybe finding a new name for those people. I hate to volunteer my mom's name, but she's definitely has a little bit of that profile. We're not going to use her name, but we definitely can workshop one to give a little bit of that Karen retrieval. So, in summation, no UFC over the weekend. So, got some good college football action. Florida Gators couldn't pull it out. Oklahoma Sooners lost. Clemson went to overtime and won double overtime. I was watching a couple other games. Notre Dame, North Carolina, back and forth, and Notre Dame pulled it out. Texas Tech and Texas. Texas Tech pulled it out at the end. I think it was overtime. Yeah, because Bijan Robinson fumbled it on Texas' opening overtime possession. Verbal Garbage Football Show, a guest show coming this week. Hopefully, Hurricane Ian isn't too brutal on us and we can make it out. So, if you're not in Florida, keep your prayers out for your boy, and we can only pray that it goes well, and we got water, and we'll see what happens. So, until then, verbal garbage out, fly Eagles fly, and thank you all for listening.